Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. Today we are currently in Fresno, California. I just finished dropping off at the Walmart from the last episode, and we already have a run that we're going to go pick up. Currently we have to go a little bit deeper into Fresno. We have to go to, I believe it's FedEx that we're picking up at. We should be picking up 43,000 pounds of frozen food, which is going to be going to Barstow, California, I believe, which is about a 200-mile journey, so it should be relatively short. We are, though, getting pretty close to having to rest in about 6 hours and 50 minutes. I'm not sure how far the trip is. Like I said, it's about 200 miles. I don't know how long that's going to take in time, though, how many hours that's going to take, but we'll see. We're going to zip over, bobtailing over to FedEx in Fresno, and then we will, how are we doing on fuel? We're doing all right. Doing pretty good. Let's slow it down here for this corner. But, yeah, we should be picking up a trailer. We're going to be I know we're going to be dropping it off at Eddie's Supermarket, I believe. And, yeah, we should be able to, is there going to be a 30 zone here? City limits of Fresno? Probably. No, still 55. That doesn't seem right. Is that gonna last? I don't want to go 55 because I feel like it's not gonna last at 55 and I'm gonna get a speeding ticket. I'd really rather not. Yeah, I guess it is. This isn't right. It's gonna end. 55 speed limit's gonna end for sure. But yeah, so we're going from UPS to Eddie's, 43,000 pounds of frozen food. And we'll see how long it should take us once we pick our load up. Hopefully we won't be able, well, hopefully we won't have to rest. That's kind of the ultimate goal, is not having to stop, being able to do this, because we just finished our last run, which didn't take us too long, and this one's a little bit shorter, so it shouldn't take us, we should have plenty of time to get there, drop off before we have to rest. Where the heck is this place that I'm going? Still 55 through the middle of Fresno, which is very surprising to me. I have to make a left-hand turn. Can I come over? I'm coming over. I'm also hitting the brakes. I'm also getting in the left lane. I'm also really hitting the brakes now because I hit a fucking... Whoops. Sorry about that. I didn't realize this... Is this a Prius in front of me? I didn't realize this red car in front of me was also going to get in the left lane because I didn't see a blinker, but, you know, whatever. It should be down this street, I think. Yep, okay. Pickup points down this street. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I took off the sunshade, the sun visor, or the whatever you want to call it. It was okay, but it really was causing problems with seeing lights. And I thought having the little centerpiece up there, having it like centered, would make it easier to see, but no, it was still very difficult to see lights, so I just decided to get rid of it completely. Also, the truck is still black. Just one of those things. I don't know. I might go back to white, but I'm not sure what's currently happening with the J&B trucking design. I think me and Jeff both finalized a design from Tommy, and then from there, really, I don't think anything's happened. We've both been pretty busy. Maybe sometime on these couple days off, if we're just kind of hanging out doing nothing, if I'm not running around with my brother doing something, maybe I'll start working on that and get that marked up and everything, which should be pretty cool. So hopefully we'll have some J&B trucking textures here shortly, and then that'll eliminate whatever color. You can just, you know, pick whatever color and have that on the side, which I think a white truck with writing would be very cool, so. All right, so we're here at FedEx. We're gonna be picking up our load. And by the way, I am very excited for the new update from SCS with the whole fifth wheel and the kingpin and all that stuff. Being able to actually hook up to a truck is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, this is our trailer, just a plain all-white 53 foot holding, yep, 43,000 pounds of frozen food. We're going to Barstow, California, to Eddie's to do a drop-off. We have 6 hours before we need to rest, and we're going to get there in about 5.5 hours. So we're going to be cutting it pretty short. But hopefully if we get on the highway and start really cruising, we should cut some of that time down. Hopefully. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for the new update. I think that's going to be a great addition. I've always felt that backing in a trailer is a little more difficult. You know, well, it's the dropping off a trailer has always been the more difficult part of American Truck Sim. It's always been the part that kind of people look forward to. At least for me, I kind of look forward to getting to my destination to drop off. I don't really ever look forward to picking up because it's just kind of a experience where you just pull in and press a button and it's just boom and it's done and there's just nothing to it. It's going to be really cool that there's going to be an actual process now and you can legitimately pull up to a trailer and you have to make sure that it's positioned properly and all that. I think that's just a really, really cool idea and a great addition. So I'm very excited for that. I hope they get that out soon. I've also seen the screenshots for Arizona that they released. That looks really awesome. Arizona looks like a really, really cool addition. But I'm not sure when I don't think they haven't mentioned anything about when they want to get those updates out. I really hope that the trailer attachment update comes out a little before the Arizona, just because I would much rather, not that I would rather have that update than the Arizona map, it's just that I would rather have that in the meantime to kind of hold me over until Arizona. Because yeah, it's going to be so nice that now picking up is actually going to have probably some aspect of a challenge to it compared to before where it was nothing. You didn't even think about it. It was so minuscule. It's just one of those things that you just did. You just pulled in, pressed a button, you're gone. It's just nice that they're going to allow us to have the option to be a little more realistic, which is really cool. So, come on, school bus, dude. It's 55. All right, we're going around them. We're doing it. Oh, now you speed up. Now you speed up. Now you want to go fast. When the lane is going to merge into one. Don't you do it. You better slow down. You better slow down. You better slow down. You better slow down. You're not going to slow down. You're going to run me out of my lane. What kind of... And then you're going to hit the brakes. You are a terrible bus driver. Then again, I'm not the greatest trucker, so... We all have jobs that we're not good at. I'm a bad truck driver. You're a bad bus driver. All right. Go ahead and merge onto the highway here. Start our journey. How many miles did we knock off going through Fresno? Not much. We don't need these on anymore. Yeah, not much. About 15, if that. So 4 hours, 40 minutes, and 5 hours 20. So we should be able to get there in enough time. And then once we get there, we're gonna have to find a rest spot, stop, rest, and do all that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get up into 8 high, and we'll set the cruise at 6G. We have the possibility of getting a speeding ticket, but I think it's worth it. Let's do the 5 over, try to get away with it. Oh god, this truck. And try to make up some time, because that way if we have any... Oh fuck, this is not good. JB Hunt, come on. You know, I get the speed limit's 55, but you're going below that. But yeah, so that way we can try to make up a little bit of time, which hopefully... No, I want this cruise 60. Oh god, I was drifting, trying to look at my cruise control. But hopefully if we can do 60, we can make up some time, get there a little bit early, and then if we have any troubles backing in, hopefully we won't be falling asleep while we're doing that. It should be okay. We should be able to get there and drop off with relative ease. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to that update. I don't know when they plan on bringing that out, but I hope it's soon. The Arizona map is going to be pretty awesome. I talked to Jeff a little bit about the coast to coast map because I know I mentioned I wanted to do that, and he was actually thinking about taking it out of his game just because of I guess some issues he was having. He said it's a long distance. He was like, it's really long. It's cool to go on a long trip, but he said when you get there, it's not really much different from where you already have been, and then you also run the risk of just running into the random occasional game crash for just no reason. And in the middle of recording, that would really suck, especially if you're going on a long trip, you know, because I sit here and I record for anywhere from, 40 minutes to an hour. And if I were to drive one trip for 40 minutes and be getting close to the end and then having the game crash, that would suck. That would be really bad, because then all that footage is just pretty much useless because you don't get to finish the run. I would much prefer to finish the run than to have the game crash. So I don't know. That doesn't sound worth it, putting the coast to coast map in. So I think we're gonna hold off on that and just wait, just because I think Arizona is gonna be coming pretty soon. They did say on their blog that they are getting it out to the alpha testers to start testing it, which typically for them means that it's not too far off from being released. So we'll have to wait and see. Oh, okay, we're going through Bakersfield. I was like, there's no way we're there already. No, we're just driving through Bakersfield. But yeah, so I don't think they're too far off from that. I saw another thing which was really cool that I didn't know existed is CSIO Tech, the guys that made the SKRS shifter, is making another product which is like a quick Jake brake button, which is going to be pretty cool. So it goes either like around or below your shifter or something, and it's just a button, and all that button does is just makes it so you can activate your Jake brake, which is really cool. It made me start thinking about what they plan on doing in the future. I don't know if they've mentioned it somewhere about what they want to do, but I think it would be a really cool idea because they can continue to expand with the trucking market, and they could do some really cool stuff if they know. I mean, it seems like they really know what they're doing in terms of switches and converting that into a signal and getting American Truck Sim to utilize it in the proper way. I would love to be able to buy some rocker panel switch or something where, as I'm looking down in the cab, because I would love to see the parking brake and the trailer brake levers actually being able to pull those out and push those in. Also the buttons for like headlights and parking lights and cruise control and just a bunch of stuff that are in trucks, you know. I would love to see a rocker panel that has all that in there. I think that would be a really, really cool addition, because then you could have your little panel off on the side. It would have to be relatively big, just because I think it would have to self-support itself. There wouldn't be anything you would be able to mount it to. It would have to be something that would sit on your desk or something. So it would have a bunch of panels that you could flip and switch, because there's already things out there like that. There's companies out there that make these little switchboards that you plug in USB into your computer, and all it does is, like, if you have an editing program, you can set a certain thing to like a shortcut on one of those big panels. So it'd be really cool to see them do something like that, and to have a physical parking brake that you pull out and then push back in, and the trailer brake, same thing. That would be very cool. That would be really, really cool. Then again, I know that's probably asking a lot, but I think if there's any company out there that could probably get that done, it's definitely CSIO. I think they nailed the shifter. I don't think anybody could have done it better than they did. Also with the new Jake brake thing, that thing seems pretty cool. It's not out yet, but I hope to get one of those eventually. But I'm definitely going to keep up with what they're doing. I think, and I I'm not getting free anything. I'm not getting paid or anything like that. I paid full price for my, stuff. It's just, I've always wanted that next little step when it comes to a trucking simulator, because if you think about it, there's yokes for flight sim, there's control boards for train sim, there's control boards for boat sims, there's all this stuff for all these different types of simulators. It just seems like for some reason the trucking market, just because there was aftermarket wheels you could use, it seems like the trucking market was just untapped. No one did anything with it. No one wanted to wanted to make anything, wanted to produce anything. They were like, oh yeah, well they can use wheels, so whatever, right? They can use a racing G27 and that's fine. They can truck with that, that's good enough. That's their own thing. It's like, not really. When you have a flight yoke for a flight sim and train controls for trains, a racing wheel is not a trucking thing. So I'm glad that there's a company out there that's kind of, I guess, tapping that that untapped market. Finally, because I think a lot of people out there have been wondering, like, why is the trucking... That was a lot closer than I would like it to be. That was a little sketchy. I thought he was going to pull out a lot quicker than he did. And I thought I was going to slow down a lot quicker than I did. But yeah, it was just, well, how come no companies were touching that and not do anything with it? So I'm really glad that CSIO started to actually work on stuff like that. So I'm very excited to see what they have planned in the future. But like I said, I would love to be able to get some physical parking brake and some physical trailer brake switches, the red and yellow ones down there. I think that would be really, really cool. And then if you were to already go through the trouble of doing that, it would be really cool to also on top just throw on some of these little rocker panel switches for, I could maybe lights or I don't know. I don't know what else you would go on there, but I think that would be really, really cool. I also think it's a little too early for headlights. But yeah, I think that would be really cool because I would love to physically pull out a parking brake switch. Like, that would be cool. Especially with the noise that American Truck Sim makes already with the sound of the parking brake. Just adding that feature of a physical one and the sound. Oh, talk about inertia. And then I think eventually it would be really nice to see a company get involved in some sort of steering wheel. I don't know at all how that would be possible. That is definitely above my my level of trying to figure out how things work and how to get things to work. But I think some sort of wheel would be amazing. Again, I have no idea how that would even be possible, just because the G27 or the G29 has a ton of buttons, so there's a ton of wires, so you couldn't quite just pull the wheel off and swap it with another one. I don't know. I think it would have to be a thing that would probably be more of an expensive thing, because that would be something that they would have to pretty much design themselves. They would have to make their own sort of wheel, the desk support, the motors, all that stuff to support the bigger wheel and everything. Because if you're wanting to get realistic, and if you're talking about, making putting a real life or the size of a real life wheel on there, that's going to be pretty heavy. And the motors, I think, in a standard G27 are just not going to be able to put up with something like that. So that would be something that they would probably have to produce themselves. But like I said, I have big confidence in SCIO that they're going to do a lot of cool things in the future in terms of just hit that fucking Escalade. The horn is different when you're inside and outside the cab. That's strange. But yeah, so I don't know if they plan on doing anything like that in the future. I would love to see if they did. But for the most part, I'm definitely going to keep up with what they plan on doing, because I think that they could pull off some pretty cool stuff. And I like that there's finally somebody out there that's paying attention to paying attention to the trucking simulation world. Not really sure where this trailer... Oh, there it is. Is that the drop-off way over there? Yeah, it is. Yep. Okay, I wasn't sure if I needed to wrap this around the building or if I needed to go over in the corner. And I need to go over in the corner, so I don't need to turn as sharply. We're getting tired. That's a little bit of an issue. Okay. I think we're going to be able to back this in with relative ease. I always like backing in at eddies just because it's always pretty simple, even if you do have to wrap it around the wall. Wrapping it around the wall is not that difficult. All right. Parking brake. Flashers off. Take a look at this parking job in this truck and trailer. That looks amazing with the palm trees in the background. That is awesome. I love this truck. This truck looks awesome. Okay, let's go and drop the trailer and see if we ranked up. 219 miles, 5 hours, 13 minutes. We got a total of $4,700 and 270 RP. Not the 400 we needed. I think, what are we now? About 274 RP away from ranking up, which is unfortunate. But we should be able to get that in the next episode. Or if I'm playing this off camera, I'll just end up ranking up to rank 21 off camera. I don't think there's anything special that we get when we rank up to rank 21, or at least nothing that I know of, any truck parts or anything that are interesting. So, but yeah, remember to check the description for all the mods I'm using in this video. Also remember to hit the like button. It really does help me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.